Good morning, my lovers. As I was coming back the other day from metal detecting, I glanced at one of my farmer's fields and I could see that he'd mowed the grass. I think because of the really dry conditions they had this year, they're trying to squeeze as much of a crop out of their fields as possible. So I saw that he'd cut it for silage, or for haylage or something along those lines. So I thought what I might do is I'm going to pop to those fields to see whether or not they're now clear of the crop, in the hope that I'd be able to get on there, because the grass was getting a bit long on those fields. So I'm going to see if I can find some nice things. Oh, right, my lovers, I can see his fields from here, and it looks as if he hasn't taken off the crop. I can see little, you know how when you've got potatoes, you plant potatoes, you've got these sort of little ridges. I can see his little ridges across the field. So he might have to go somewhere else. But he might have done the lower fields and not the upper fields. So I'm going to go over there and have a look. If not, I will go to somewhere else. But anyway, I'll tell you when I get there. Cheers! I've made it, my lovers. I'm here. And I'm come onto that field because now I've got a bit closer, rather than being like 4 or 5 miles away. I can now see that there is a bit that I could detect. You know, see that, my lovers? I could go in between the little tufts, the little piles of grass. I could go in between. So I'll see you on my first find. Woohoo! Oh, I just found something, my lovers, my first hole, and I think I found something really old. It's a bit thin, but that's looking really old. Is it do they call these closed clasps? It's quite thin, I'm not sure. I think it's a closed clasp. Probably medieval. Can't see much on it. Is that a hole? I'll see if those are holes, my lovers. I'll get back to you. Oh, there it is, my lovers. Yep, it was 2 holes. So I think this is possibly medieval. It looks like there was a rivet there, and it's got 2 holes in it. And a little hook on the top. Right. God, look at this here, my lovers. It's one of my favourite beverages. What's that? Watney's? Watney's Pale Ale. Ale. Never heard of them. Is there a sell-by date on the bottom? Normally there is. Right. I can't see no sell-by date. I mean, it must be a really old can. Normally have dates, don't they, etched into the bottom. Now look at the pull tab hole. It's a really old one. Right, never heard of Watney's Pale Ale. 75 millilitres. That's back in the 70s when they used to have really small cans. Back in the 70s. In the 60s and 70s, when you used to buy beer, it used to be really rubbish out of the pump, out of draft, and they used to sell these little cans, and you'd pour the beer, this beer, into your pint of real ale, and it would give it a bit of life. That's why they used to have these small cans. So that's probably what it is. Oh, it's got the brewery. Queen Elizabeth II. Watney's Coast something. Yeah, Watney's Brewery, London. So it's a London brew. Right. I expect someone will search that up for me. Sure. Oh, I think I got something nice in this hole, my lovers. Mm. Ooh. Ooh. And it looks deep, which is a good sign. Oh, it's a small place. Oh, that should have had it. Where's it to? Oh, oh. Ooh. Oh. Alright. I thought we had a big hammy then, but no. It is a piece of lead with a hole in the middle. Right, I'll get this cleaned up and I'll get back to you. Oh, here it is, my lovers. I think it's a washer going by all these dents. You know, where he's missed the nail. So some sort of primitive washer. Might be off a building. There could be an old building nearby. Somewhere else I could bring my geophysics machine. Go look at this signal I got here. $12, $13, $25. Ooh, big silver coin. Big silver. Ooh, that's a screamer. Oh. Ooh, that's different. Let's get a bit of light on it. Is that a frog coin? Republic of something. Oh, funny how the surface is all like peeling off. Weird. Oh, it's got a nice gold colour. Has it got any weight to it? Not really. Right. It says Republic of something. 20 cents, 1967. Right, I'll go and give this a clean up, my lovers, and I'll get back to you. Ooh la la! Je m'appelle Cleggy! Magnifique! Liberté! Equalité? Something like that. 1967. It is indeed a frog coin. It's nice, isn't it? Sort of Art Deco. Of course, just filling this all back in, my lovers, it was just a bit of lead, but I found this really old bit of pottery. Look, it's definitely got a biscuity look. All the inclusions have fallen out, look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a bigger hole just here, see if I can find any more of it. There we go, my lovers, I found another bit. See the quartz inclusions? It's not really a rim pot, this bit, but it is old pottery. This side's slightly redder. So I might have to come over here and put my geophysics machine over this field for sure. Oh, 2 medieval finds in one day. I'm on a roll. Ooh, what is that, my lovers? It looks old. It's got a funny thing on the top with little spikes on it. It's got some sort of shield or emblem. It's got some way of attaching it with pins. But there's something in there. I'm going to try and carefully clean it to see if I can reveal it. There we go, my lovers. Come on, focus. Ah, there we go. Now I can see letters there. Something ER, so it might be a cat badge, but I'm not sure. But I can definitely see 2 lions there. So if that's a 3rd lion, that's what does that stand for? You get it on the football shirts, isn't it? You get 3 lions. So it might be something to do with football. But it wouldn't be that. If it's medieval, it wouldn't be football, would it? Because that wasn't invented till I don't know. Well, I didn't even know when it was invented, but not that long ago, I shouldn't imagine. But I can definitely see 2 lions just there. So, but it does look old. If this was a military badge, it'd be in much better condition. So, I don't know. Perhaps someone can ID it for me. Oh, look what I just found. It's a penknife, but it looks like it's got something on the handle. I don't think I'm going to be able to get those blades out. Right, I'll just go and give it a clean up, see if it says anything. There we go, my lovers. It's funny, it looks a little bit Saxon. Like it's got like a Saxon design on it. But I don't think they had penknives 1500 years ago. Right. It's definitely a penknife because the blades are coming out there, look, and they're all rusted. And they've got the little pivot there. Oh, I reckon I got something down in here. Does that soil look dark to you? Looks darker. Oh, I can see something. And it is something. Let's take that out into my hand. Is there anything in it? No. It is a piece of junk copper. Yep, that's all it is. Ugh. Oh, perhaps not. Perhaps there's some more in here. some more junk copper. Oh. Ah. That's what it used to be, my lovers. Looks like it used to be a lock. But it's now completely corroded. Looks like a bit like a teddy bear, doesn't it, without those bits on the top. So it's a lock. Is there any more in here? No, that was it. Well, that was a pretty flimsy lock, wasn't it? That wouldn't have stopped many people. You could have hit that with a small hammer and got in there. Oh, look what I just had out with this hole, my lovers. It's a bit weird. I think it's some sort of button with a funny edge around it. Like sort of a crimped edge. Don't know what that is. I've never seen one before. Got a bit of a dent in the top. It looks quite old. Oh, I'm going to show you something here, my lovers. This is what the archaeologist told me to look out for. These are called platforms. See how the ground slopes off there, and then it's flat, and then it slopes off the other side. And there's this flat bit, and just the other side of that hedge is a road. Now he said that those are called platforms. That's where a house would have been possibly hundreds or even thousands of years ago. So that's what you've got to look for. There's another couple off that way, but I can't show you because there's a house behind it. I'm going to give away my location. So I just thought I'd show you that. Right, I'm standing on this platform now, my lovers. And just to the rear is where they would have dumped their rubbish. And just over here, it looks like a bit of a pile, like a little bump. And the grass is a bit greener. So perhaps this little lump here is where they dump their rubbish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a sondage right in the middle of it, and we'll see if there's any pottery in there. Oh, he thinks that'll do. Right, now I'll sort out the bits of pottery that will be in that pile. Right, we didn't get a huge amount of pottery, my lovers, so I'm probably not digging in exactly the right place, but we did get some. We've got a bit of bone here. We've got some nice sherds of pottery. Not sure that's pottery. I have to clean it up and have a check. But we got some, this bit of pottery here came from quite deep down, and you can see the thumb marks of the potter who made it. That looks quite old. So what I'll do is I'll go and give these bits a clean up now, and then I'll show you the results. Right, here's this bit, my lovers. I'm not entirely sure if this is pot, but it's got an odd sort of rim around the outside and then a bit in the middle. It looks as if it's got something on the outside, like a face. You know, it looks like it's been not rendered, but it's got some sort of face on it. But this side looks like a piece of rock. So I don't know about that bit. Right. This here looks like a bit of bone. But it's very thin walled. So it could be a bit of human bone. I'm not sure. They do say human bone is very thin walled. But that is very thin. So it could either be a bit of human bone or possibly what they call it, antler. Right, I think this is probably the most identifiable bit of pot, my lovers. It's got a very deep red inner glaze. And the outside looks like it's been burnished. So it's some sort of burnish wear. very deep red in the inside. And this, I've seen similar pot on another site that I've got in the village, and the archaeologist said that this was sort of black on one side and white on the inner side. He said that was 11th to 12th century, so like, you know, 900 years old pot. So I don't know if it is, but if it is, then I better stop digging big holes. Right, I'm going to pack up now, my lovers, because I'm feeling pretty knackered after digging that hole. Went down a couple of feet. Right. Cheers!
Cold blows the wind on my true love, and gently drops the rain.